In case you're unaware of what men who go their own way are all about, keep listening. The mainstream media and social movements that support de facto inequality, a lack of morals, and the decline of the so-called developed countries have limited their methods by characterizing men who go their own way as a patriarchal, anti-woman, radical, and separatist movement. It's not. The truth is that there is a war on men, masculinity, and free thought in addition to the gender war. Additionally, free speech is nothing more than a utopia. This concept, in contrast to whatever narrative the establishment employs to demonize men who go their own way, is assisting thousands of men in escaping social constraints and leading happier lives. This online social community, which is short for men going their own way, is a reaction to a society that values women more than males and encourages men to define and live out their lives independently. It can also be seen as an ideology that empowers males to assert their own authority and acknowledges their freedom to refuse anything or anyone. It offers nothing new. Most modern women, for instance, pay attention since they are about to grasp the essentials of this thinking, how it helps men, and the reasons why some social groups detest it. Men who go their own way are becoming increasingly popular as more guys realize that the traditional life of marriage and children is not a realistic option for them nowadays. Men are becoming more and more dissatisfied with social norms, unfair laws, and disrespectful women. Even if many women and brainwashed men think that guys who go their own way waste their time jerking off and playing video games in their mom's crib, many men already believe that this attitude is the weapon that will help men battle for liberation. Well, by that I simply mean that the reverse is true in fact. Most men who go their own way, men have encountered legal inequality at some point in their lives that has left them broke and broken. In addition to other exceedingly complex situations, many women wished to fight against expensive divorces and false accusations. These men came to the logical conclusion that remaining single provides greater rewards, and that other men are intelligent enough to learn from their mistakes. Some males assert that we still appreciate women since there are still many of them around. That's a very big claim, and while not all women are like that, I do concur that few women in Western nations and other industrialized nations are marriable. It's simple for women to access casual relationships these days because they have so many possibilities, especially with social media platforms and dating applications. While some guys are as eager for some quick action as these women are, some men are repulsed by the shockingly high body or notch and would rather keep themselves devoid of human DNA. Let's look at how you might apply the life men who go their own way do so that you can take advantage of this wonderfully liberating philosophy. Even though many women aspire to be men, advance professionally, and hold leadership positions, men who go their own way have a difficult time persuading them to be stay-at-home wives. They prefer to enjoy themselves in peace by creating businesses, their own bodies, careers, etc. Instead of trying to alter social hierarchies, men have always loved to create and build. And as I always say, men are simple creatures. So what should these men do if women aspire to be like men? Just leave them alone. If you aren't being compensated, don't assist them, save them, replace their flat tire, or do anything else. While they can fix their own tire and hire a man to perform the work instead, let them boast about their independence. Home in on your goal, work on yourself, go to the gym, or engage in sports. You can also put in 80 hours a week of labor and turn your desires and urges into creative energy. Other guys will attempt to conform to social conventions, such as pursuing women and taking on massive debt to pay for their automobiles, merely to look good in front of other men. Your value is not just based on your belongings because, if you stop to think about it, possessions are meaningless if you had to be a slave to credit and debt in order to acquire them in the first place. Many men avoid boasting and instead choose to be extremely wealthy in discretion. Men who go their own way, men are not totalitarians. In fact, they don't hold protests, demolish monuments, or demand increased government spending and control. Men who want to go their own way don't wish to alter the status quo. Instead, they prefer being sigmas to alphas. They enjoy living independently and without having to justify their actions to anyone. And men who go their own way do not adhere to any certain ideology or theology. The fundamental tenets of men who go their own way include choosing not to get married, avoiding unnecessary conflict, and living without being in a lifelong relationship with women. Men in the men who go their own way community occasionally express a desire for a girlfriend or multiple girlfriends, but never consider entering into a marriage contract. They may even desire to use surrogacy to have a child, even though they are not married. These are, once more, unusual circumstances. The lack of want for marriage is the underlying factor, though, as divorce is a brutally taxing financial and emotional experience. Simply put, men who go their own way, men are against cohabitation and marriage. The gynocentrism, or rather, the feminine privilege that has afflicted modern society, is something that men who go their own way, men are standing against. Many individuals simply accept ideas like male privilege or the salary gap without considering the supporting data. Institutions, both public and private, favor women over men. Just consider the quotas that were put in place to assist women in obtaining particular positions. Men who pride themselves on challenging gender stereotypes, and even picking up artists, despise men who go their own way. Just the other day, I was speaking to my friend who works at a global FMCG corporation that makes everything from chocolate to milk. He told me how there's a quota in the company to hire women as heads of departments, even if there aren't any capable resources, and how the HR is frantically trying to find a good resource who is capable of handling that position. And guess what? They didn't have a capable woman to handle that department, so they had to make a junior woman the head because they were bound by the quota. And now, that woman is boasting about it as if she did something remarkable, and the company's PR team is doing its magic trying to make it look like the organization is such a great place to work. So that's what it has come to now. And if you believe this is fair, then you really need to step back and think. Modern ideologies claim to have freed women, but they have merely made them into glorified corporate slaves. While some modern women don't want to be objectified, they do want the freedom to dress however they like, even if that means being extremely provocative and attention-seeking. They barely cover themselves, go out more, and demand respect from good men at the same time. At the end of the day, these women receive no respect, and a ton of males only want to be with them for casual one-night stands without even thinking about anything long-term. There is still hope for guys and the men who go their own way world, despite all this degradation. As you can see, the foundation is really strong, and a number of men with very different viewpoints are happier than ever. Many boys and men are awakening to political correctness and Me Too movements. Saying something without offending someone is difficult. So if you come across a volatile woman, you'll inevitably face accusations or manipulation from her. If you want a lot of women but no commitment, go for it. Be always respectful, of course, and resist the temptation to believe that you are neglecting them or working too hard. Go for it too if you want the Sigma way of life. Men do not compel other men to share their viewpoints. They just exchange experiences and promote genuine diversity, which incidentally is a strength of their community. A man will work 18 hours a day and then come home to his woman, only to find her nagging and whining about each and everything in her day, and how she wants him to do this and do that. Women love to gossip, they love drama, and they love arguing about each and everything. On top of that, they expect men to listen to all of this on a daily basis. I guess it's for these reasons that men are turning away from women and realizing that it's just not worth it anymore because they bring negativity, drama, gossip, conflict, lies, and dishonesty to the table, which overrides anything good they might bring to the relationship. While men are seekers of peace in relationships, women want the opposite. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Support us and help us spread support for men around the world. Do comment and share your thoughts. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.